Back on Tennis Channel Live, and for a while, it was Caroline Wozniacki, then Simona Halep. Who now is the best female player yet to win a major? Could it be Alina Svitolina? Career high number 3, semifinals, Wimbledon, U.S. Open. Said the goal this year is to win every match. Karolina Pliskova, former world number 1, finals of the U.S. Open 5 years ago, semifinals, Australian Open, Roland Garros. Then you go down to Madison Keys. She's been number 7 in the world. She has gotten to a major final. The other 3, 4 is the best that they have done career rankings and have never been to a major final. So we shall see. You can go off this list as well. Paul, who do you think is the best to have yet won a major on the women's side?
I'm going to go with Pliskova.
Okay.
And I think all those picks are good ones. And the reason I like Pliskova is more than onefold. It is the fact that she's been to U.S. Open final. She's been number 1 in the world. And she's got 16 titles. And I think she's starting to get more and more comfortable being in that elite level. We know that she's got the game. We know that she's got the power. And the fact that she's had those titles under her belt, the fact that she's been number 1, I think she's going to get herself another couple of opportunities. I really do. And on fast courts, I think she's an absolute nightmare to try to play.
It's a good pick.
I mean, so it's interesting with this question, because when you say the best to have yet won a major, to me, it's just straight up, how high have you been ranked and how far have you gone in majors? Pliskova is the only one on this list that has been number 1 in the world. So she is technically the best to have not won.
Credentialed.
Yeah, credentialed.
We look at her game. I don't know. I always think that she's just missing a little spark when she plays. It's okay. You can be kind of chill about your business when you're walking around the court, but in crunch time, I mean, love to see her get just a little bit more animated emotionally and really show some energy. You know, she's never really bouncing around or doing anything like that. Game-wise, a huge serve, great groundies. I could agree with Paul.
Do you think she...
Oh, you're switching now.
do you think
that was not her pick.
Do you think she does that, though, to kind of alleviate pressure?
It could. Yeah, and no question about it. But, like, the years go on, has to be hard for her. Everything that she's accomplished, you see who has won majors the last couple of years. They've surpassed her, come out of nowhere in Swiatek. There's been a lot of different winners. You're sitting there thinking, wait, why haven't I been able to do that? I've been around longer, I've been ranked higher, and just hasn't happened.
I mean, you could say Iga Swiatek would have never been best to have yet won a major.
No.
Bianca Andreescu would have never been best to have yet won a major. So these players, Sofia Kenin would not have fit this category. It wouldn't have been even on the list.
Exactly. And then you see the emergence of players like Osaka, who you saw when they were first coming up on tour, and you, I would assume, thought you were better than they were. And then you've seen how much she's improved and how much she's evolved her game. That's when it starts to hit you as a veteran.
So what do you think about Alina Svitolina? Because at least credential-wise, she seems to be number 2 on this list.
That was my pick, and we were talking about it before, both going back and forth. I mean, you could really split hairs with the two. I mean, Svitolina, the same thing. 15 career titles, 2 Grand Slam semis. She does not play her best tennis on the big stages. She won the WTA Tour Finals. She's been ranked, as you said, Steve, as high as 3. But yet she has lost so many big matches at the Grand Slam level, and not just lost, but just gone away. Only wins a couple of games. She's got to figure out, how do I take the pressure off myself at majors? Now, it's a completely different atmosphere at majors. She thrives in these one-week events. You play every day. You keep your rhythm. At a Grand Slam, you've got to figure out, what do I do in the next 40 hours, 48 hours till I play my next match? Do I want to practice the next day? For whatever reason, she runs out of steam towards the middle of that second week, and she's not able to play her best tennis. That is something she's got to try and figure out how to get over.
Now, the one thing I like about her the most is that in these big pressure moments, I always feel like the really good defenders who have margin on their shots it's just like the adage in other sports, a great defense beats a great offense, unless that great offense is someone like Osaka or Serena. But a great defense in that so that kind of helps you get through pressure than if you're just being really offensive. And I think that might start to mature, and that might start to show in her game. But I think, like Lindsay said, she's got to get into that rhythm better at a slam.
She just hired a sports psychologist and says that has been huge for her. She said that it takes a lot of courage to open up. You got to find the right person, went through a bunch. But she's found somebody. We'll see if that sort of mental fortitude, that side of the game, can help her in those clutch moments. She's been to a couple of major semifinals. And it could be just somebody random.